Hello and welcome to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode number 73 in my How to Survive and Thrive series. And in today's episode we are going to construct a lovely little tree farm slash apple orchard right here on the hill behind me, which overlooks Cozy Cottage and the dog houses and even hidey hole number 1. Now, why would we want the tree farm slash apple orchard? Well, the reasons are twofold. Number 1, we're going to get a nice steady supply of wood, obviously. And number 2, as we harvest the wood, these leaves will decay and hopefully drop some red apples. And the red apples can be used as a food source, which frankly really isn't very good, but they can be used in a recipe that we're going to use down the road, actually pretty soon. We're going to make golden apples and then enchanted golden apples. We're going to use those in a big boss battle, and I don't want to spoil the fun, but that's going to happen pretty soon in this series. Now let's take a look at everything we're going to need for this project. I've got a bunch of wooden fence here because what we're going to do, the plan is for me to clear out this area. We will surround this plot with fence, and then we'll have a stone walkway around and in between the trees, and then we're going to plant the trees right here in the center, and I'm thinking probably about 15 trees in 3 rows, so 5 by 3 if everything works out. So here's everything else we're going to need. The stone brick for the walkway. I've got some glowstone here to light up the path, and we're going to cover that with glass. And we're going to need, we're going to need a few of these oak leaves. So oak trees are the only trees that are going to drop apples. So that's why we have oak saplings here, and I'm going to put the oak leaves here for now, which we don't need for just yet. So here's the first process, the first step of this process rather, is for me to clear all this area out, and we're going to make the plot nice and flat and get it ready for the orchard. Now if you'd like to follow along and do this with this same map, you can. There's a link down below, and there's, oh hello, there's the first apple now. You can follow along with the link down below. You can download it and install it on your computer, and you'll have everything that you see here. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. Let's clear all this out first, and then we'll get back to it. Stay tuned. Alright, the trees are all cleared now, and there's an apple over here. We're just waiting basically for all these leaves to decay. And I suppose while that's happening, why don't we enjoy a lovely red delicious apple, 100% organic, natural, and no pesticides. Oh, that's good. Oh, doesn't get much better than that. An apple a day keeps the creepers away. No, not really. And no, don't try that at home. But Paul said apples keep creepers away. They don't really, but they do keep the dentists away, right? All right, now let's just put these away. I don't need these right now, or the wood, or the saplings. What we want to do now is kind of get a feel for how much space we have to play with. And set up our perimeter. So let's do math. Yahoo. Alright, my guess is we're going to make a walk right here. I'm going to go right along the edge with this fence in the perimeter. So we'll have a gate here or something. And then over here, oops, hey. There's my shovel. And I think we want to leave a little space. I was about to dig that up, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So let's just go this way. Now I'm just trying to eyeball it right now. It's going to go right along that edge. And we're probably going to have to dig some of that out. So anyway, the idea here is to have a walkway here along the outside. And I'm just going to dig in here just to get a little, again, just to visualize. And let's put some stone down. Take a look at this. And I'm going to use slabs. Save on rock. Can I reach you? I can. Oh, fingers cold. Cold down here in the basement. Alright, so like that, right? And then, and I'm going to mix in some of this cracked stone and mossy, which will look kind of cool. So, and this is going to be for the end. I don't have to do this right now, but it is a lot easier to visualize as I'm working. And now what we're going to do is get the saplings, but we're going to use torches for saplings right now to represent the saplings. Let's put a mossy there too. Just, again, I don't want the trees to grow as we're building this thing. So now what we want to do is bring the saplings in 3. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So this guy right here. So we're going to have the walkway, a little green space, and the walk on both sides like that. And then we're going to put 3 spaces between the saplings for them inside the orchard. So 1, 2, 3 spaces, and then 4. Now 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put it on the 4th, which is this guy right here. And we don't want anything touching the sapling. No touchy! Sapling! So we've got to bust these guys back a tad. And in fact, we're going to put the perimeter all the way around anyway. In fact, why don't we do the perimeter right now so I don't get schnucked up on by something in the night here. So let me go ahead and dig all this out. I'm going to get the fence all the way around, and then we'll pick up from there. And let's see, so it's going to be 1, 2, and 3 there, right? 1, 2, and 3, so it's going to be there. Yeah, I definitely want to get rid of all this. Okay, I had to kind of terraform over here a little bit and dig into that side of the hill. And now we're going to have to backfill all this right here to make it level. Just go ahead and do that quickly. We can get our orchard growing, and then we can get some nice, delicious apples. Now, this is something I used to do as a kid, go apple picking, and the tradition has been continuing with my family. We still go every year with the kids, and we meet my wife's roommate from college, and her 2 kids. Actually, I think she's got up to 3 kids now. Whoa! And we've been doing that for about 13 years. 12 or 13 years. There we go, out into the orchard, we pick our apples. And you always grab one off the tree, nice and fresh. Rub it on your shirt to get rid of the pesticides, of course. Even though the sign, when you first get in there, says, "Don't eat the apples. You must pay for the apples." It's like $19 a pound or something like that. It's crazy. Anyway, all right, that is the perimeter. So we have 1, 2, 3 rows of 5 each. That's 15 total trees, if my math is correct. And then now I'm just going to go all the way around and make the perimeter walk like this. And I'm also going to go in between these too. Right down the center like that. Okay, so all the trenches are dug. And no. No. I just had an apple. I just ate an apple. No, really, I just ate one. See? It doesn't really work, peoples. I want this stuff first. Alright, now what we want to do is put our lighting in. So my thought is to save on glass and glowstone, is to put one in between 4 trees, like right here. And what we're going to do is dig down one, put that guy down, and then cover it with glass. So let's do the same here between these 2 guys. Oops. And then cover that with glass. And then the same here. That should be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So yeah. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. That's only 8 pieces. And that still leaves us plenty left, because we're going to use these glowstone later too on the tops of the trees as height limiters, because we want them to kind of grow one particular size, or at least not too large. Because when these trees grow, when oak trees grow, they can get pretty wild. They can grow, if you don't kind of form them, or if you don't manage their growth, they can grow branches, and they can grow wide, and they're kind of a hassle to harvest. So for this project, we want to make sure that we manage their height, and that's going to be the next step once we get this pathway put in. All right, so that'll provide some light for our trees to grow, even during the dark, and just keep the bad guys from spawning inside the orchard. So now it's just a matter of putting down some stone. And I've got cracked, mossy, and stone brick slabs. And I'm just going to kind of mix it up here to make it look kind of old and like it's an old farm. It's been here a while. And I like that look with the little... There we go. I suppose you could put solid bricks around the glass. That seems to make sense, so you can't see that it's a half slab, right? We could do that. We could do that. Which means I've got to get rid of this one. Where's my pick? Alright, there we go. That's the walk. I like the way that looks. And now what we want to do is put the height limiters. So, again, we want to limit the height of the trees because they can get really wonky otherwise. And in order to do this, we need to put something up above, floating in the sky so it doesn't grow any higher than that particular, I call it the height inhibitor or height limiter. And we're going to go up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to put down a leaf. And then we're going to put a block of wood. And then on top, we have our glowstone block. So it's like a big ice cream cone with toppings. Now, the reason we went up, that particular height is, and let me show you, and I'm going to have to get down to do this. So rather than break something, let's do this way. Oh, that didn't hurt so much. I bet worse. Come on, you pansy. All right, so now we have 7 spaces between the ground and the leaf. The leaf has to stay. So that's why we did that. Now, I cannot reach the leaf from here. When you're standing on the ground, you can only reach up that height right there, which is 7. So the 8th block I can't reach. So that way I don't accidentally hit that and remove it. That won't decay because it's attached to the wood. And then the glowstone on top is just for lighting because it looks kind of cool from a distance. Now, unfortunately, the trees are not going to grow that uniform, that height every single time. Some of them grow lower. Some will grow right to it. And the ones that grow lower, it does kind of look silly because there's a little bit of space. But honestly, that's the only way to do it unless you put a rooftop over this, over your orchard, which I think looks even worse. I'd rather not have a rooftop over my orchard outside. I like open air. So let's do the same here one more time, and I'm going to show you how to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bush wood. The wood has to be up like that in that orientation. And in fact, why don't we wood bop beep bop beep beep boop. There we go. Put them in order, makes it easier. And now we're just going to do the same thing all the way around. So I've got the wood here to use as scaffolding, and the way to do that is just attach that to the leaf. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one obviously is going to be that. Boom, boom, done. And then just do the next one. And 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, ice cream cone. And all the way around. Yeah, it's a little tedious, but don't get shot. Don't get shot off. All right, we're good. So I'm just going to go around and finish that up, and then we'll be back and we'll plant the trees. So stay tuned. Okay. Almost done. Now I'm just snaking my way back out of here, and I've got a spider. Wants to interrupt me. And there we go. Now, hello. Oh, got a trick for you. Goodbye. Sorry. My orchard. My apples. I know share apple. Thank you. Oops. You want that? All right, and there we go. Pick up the dite. Somebody doesn't like the way I say dite. Saw that in the comments once. Hey, I love your stuff and everything, but I hate the way you say dite. I think that's how Bugs Bunny says it. I don't know where I learned that one. Get underneath. I should be able to get you. Okay. So, there we go. And let's get some saplings. And I have some right here. And some bone meal. And let's grow these guys, shall we? So now it's just a matter of putting them down where they're supposed to be. Put all little sappies in. Oops, sappy. Sappy here. Lots of sappies. Sappies everywhere. I remember going, like I said, doing this tree, the apple orchard thing with the kids. And I remember my son, who's now, taller than me. He used to put him in that little backpack. Actually, it was a front pack when he was so little. That's how long ago that was. Oops. He was a little snuggly. They call him like, not a papoose. A papoose is like a Native American baby. And people think that that's a papoose, but a papoose is what you wrap babies in, but not so much. Anyway, all right, let's grow them. And for that, we just need a little bone meal. Now, it doesn't really matter how you hit them because they just grow a random size, but as you can see there, well, that one didn't quite make it all the way to the top. Some will, some won't. There we go. But even when I harvest these, the cool thing is it will not, that one block right there will not decay. So that's the whole purpose of that. Ow. Stand back. Not sure how big this thing gets. Oh, my sound is screwy. There we go. Come on, grow tall. Big and tall. The tall ones look better from afar, frankly. We need a nice night scene. I'm just looking up. That one had a little branch in the side. But as long as they're not too tall, then they're easy to harvest. And there's not too many branches. So I just want to kind of step back and take a look. And I need fence posts, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this walkway. Well, let's just make them. Not fence posts, fence gates. 1, 2. And I'll just put them here for now, just to make it all secure like. One there. And one down the other end. So this is the process right here. Is, of course, I wouldn't do that with the leaves. The idea is to chop the wood. You get lots of wood. And then the leaves will decay, and you will hopefully get lots of apples as well. So that's it. Yeah, it's not like gorgeous or anything because of those floaty guys. But again, the alternative would be to put a rooftop over it. And at night it's going to look really cool, I bet. All right, I told you. It looks much nicer from afar. Hey, Iron Golem. Iggy. Over there, man. Check it out. I likes it. Alright, well anyway, folks, that is pretty much the tree farm and apple orchard. And I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope you get lots of lovely, delicious, organic, 100% natural, without any pesticides, apples. And then what we'll do in the next episode, well, I shouldn't say next episode, but in a very near future episode, we're going to turn some of these apples into enchanted golden apples, and then we're going to go take on the Wither Boss. Alrighty? Alright, we'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, no. That sounds like the mage. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's taking on fire ogres. That's not good. That's not good at all.